They can't catch up cause they lacking the stamina. Way too advanced to be playing with amateurs. Stay on attack when attacking like damager. They react and play it back on the camera. Hot boy, just consider me flammable. Sure shot, I got all the intangibles. Need a leash, I'm a beast, I'm an animal. Eat the competition up like a Hannibal. Know the game like I wrote up the manual. I do weekly what you do on the annual. MVP, that decision unanimous. Big dogs, I don't think they can handle this. Battlefield, it's just me and my warriors. Guaranteed we emerging victorious. Years, blood, sweat, tears is glorious. I remember when they always ignoring us. Dash, got it on, smash, foot on the gas. I will not crash, they will not stop me. Tenfold, copy, end zone, watch me celebrate. I'm cocky, I do my dance, jump in the stands. No man, the man, oh deal with the hands. Thought he could guard me, I ruin they plans. I do what I want, they do what they can.
Okay, Coach, coming to you from the venue that hosted the Super Bowl back in February of '06. Welcome to Ford Field in downtown Detroit. A few short moments ago, these two teams made their way out of the Ford Field tunnels, and the noise level in this place just about off the charts. They are set for football as the Lions get ready to do battle with the Dallas Cowboys. The NFL season has hit high gear, and off we go in Week 11 on EA Sports. That's fielded in the end zone. And he'll probably wish he'd reconsidered here. It will cost him 10 yards as he's down at the 15.
Well, conventional football 101, tells us if you don't get it back to the 20-yard line on a kickoff return, that's a disappointment. But some of these teams, special teams coaches, with approval by the head coach, they give them full authority to go ahead and bring it out and try to be aggressive, almost what we call the green light, red light theory. Green light means go, red light means stop. Looks like he had green on that play.
Check 55, Mike. Check nickel.
A first carry now for Kareem Hunt. And he's tackled a yard short of the marker. Good gain of 9 on first down.
A nice run here early on. It doesn't take a great play caller to realize you want to establish a guy of his caliber with runs like this early because they'll pay dividends as the game progresses.
The previous run, good for 9. Here's second and a yard. Stafford. And a flag comes in as that one falls incomplete. Well, let's see who this is on. So they saw the contact before the ball arrived. Penalty flag for pass interference.
And trying to avoid pass interference is so difficult. You're trying to slow down these skilled receivers, and somehow, some way, they make plays on the football, and sometimes you're there too soon.
From the 32 now, here's first and 10.
Watch the boot.
Out of the gun, Stafford looking downfield for Jones. And that is incomplete. Showed off the arm strength there, but to no avail. Second down.
Well, that certainly looked like something that they discussed all week in practice getting ready for this one. Take the big shot right out of the gate. At worst, you'll open up the defense a little bit, loosen them up, have them back on their heels.
Here's second and 10 now from about the 32.
And we got to get to the ball, team. We got to get to the ball. Let's keep moving.
To throw again. Stafford. Completing it here to Marvin Jones. And he's going to have another first down here as the tackle's made at the Cowboys' 42. And on this first drive, looks like they want to get that vertical passing game going early.
And they did, and what a warning shot they just fired. If you're not going to back up and play coverage deep, we're going to attack you all game long. And once you adjust to that and you start to back off, then that opens things up underneath. A really nice start for them. Great way to get the game going.
On first down, they'll run with Hunt. And he gets this inside the 35-yard line. They get 10 more there, and I believe that'll be enough for another first down. It will.
And there we see an early burst that makes him one of the leading rushers in the league.
Well, I want you to know, I listened to you yesterday when we were watching film. You said write down the word vision for him. It was on display there, wasn't it?
It certainly was, because he allows the blocks to set up in front of him. And if that continues, it could be a long afternoon for those guys trying to play some defense.
On first down, it's Stafford. Now he'll dump it underneath to his running back, complete. Give him 7 on the play, and it'll make it a second down. And they're getting him involved early.
You feel like they saw something on tape, or they just have a sense with him because he's had a good week of practice or something in that area that they want him involved. Just as you said, they want him to touch it either in the running game or the passing game, but they must like the matchups they're getting.
Able to get 7 on that first down pass play. 2nd and 3. Stafford. This will be caught inside the 10. And brought down, but not before they get it inside the 10 to the 7. 19 yards to pick up there. Move the chains.
First and goal at the 7-yard line.
Got 80. 55. Hey, eat. We got to get the ball, D. Get the ball right here.
They'll try and run for it on 1st and goal. I know it's an emotional game, Charles. You can't do that.
And when you get into your film sessions and you argue your case with your coaches, that's exactly what they say at the end. You just can't do it. It costs your team.
Mike, set. 280. 50. Joker. Check safety. Check.
They'll try to run with Hunt, and he'll actually lose a little bit of yardage here. Back to the 2. That's going to go as a loss of a yard, and it'll be 2nd down. Back at the 2 now. Here's 2nd and goal. They'll run with Hunt on 2nd down. And he's going to take it in for a Lion touchdown. Kareem Hunt with touchdown number 8 on the year. And the Lions take it right down and score on the opening drive. Extra point good by Prater. And it's now a 7-0 game. After the touchdown, out is Prater to kick. That'll be taken in the end zone. And he'll wind up getting an extra couple yards here for his trouble as he'll bring this one out to the 27.
Push him back. Slam.
Here's the man who's led the league in rushing twice in 3 seasons, Ezekiel Elliott. A loss of 2 there, 2nd down.
Ashawn Robinson coming out of the University of Alabama, a big, physical, intimidating force who had to learn to play with more leverage. Otherwise, he was going to get blown off the ball in the NFL. Looks like he's learning his lessons after that play.
There's a ball thrown right side and complete. They get 11 back on that one. It leads to 3rd down. With Cole Beasley now in Buffalo, you think that might open up some more targets for Michael Gallup. Last year as a rookie, 33 catches for the Dallas Cowboys. They'll try and run for it with Elliott. And an alley to run. Ezekiel Elliott going to take it the distance. And he is able to take this way down into Detroit territory. And he will finally be wrestled down at the Lions' 8. The stop there on 3rd. They could have held him to 3 on this opening drive. Now they have to bow their necks on 1st and goal.
And if I'm looking at this from the offense's point of view, that's a big-time pickup right there. And I'd go right at him with another momentum play. Go quickly and attack them because right now they probably have their heads down a little bit since they didn't stop him on 3rd down.
Only a yard on the pickup there. 2nd and goal.
I know he might be a little winded after that previous long run, but now you're in goal-to-goal situation. That changes what you do defensively, and it worked for them on that play.
Maybe trying to reward him after that long run. We'll see if they go back to him again on the ground. On 2nd and goal. Rosen. That is caught. It's Cooper for the Cowboy touchdown. Amari Cooper with touchdown number 8 on the year as his guys are on the board here in this first quarter. Extra point by Marr, up and good. And we are tied at 7. Each team's had it. Each team has scored. 7-7 here as the kick's away. That'll be taken in the end zone. And he'll take it back to about the 19-yard line.
Let's go.
The Lions take over 1st and 10 at their own 19-yard line.
The Lions offense ready to kick off their next drive. And to be frank, they're just in a tough spot. It's only November, already eliminated from playoff contention. I know their fan base doesn't want to hear that, but that's the case. What are they fighting for now going forward?
You know exactly what they're fighting for. Is that word that some people don't want to hear, but it's pride.
Draft. Oh, okay.
Yeah.
I was going to go draft, but pride's better, right?
You know something? You're right, because that's part of it, but that's two different mindsets. That's front office mindset, draft position, where are we going to be and what do we need to get? And then the players and the coaching staff right now, pride. Can they win some games and feel better about themselves despite the fact they have no shot at the playoffs?
That one good for a first down pickup of 18 yards. So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. Here's Stafford. And this will be incomplete. Physical play on the football there, and it's 2nd down. So he can't hang on, and as I watch that unfold, I remembered an expression that I've heard, maybe from you, I don't know, but you're going to get hit anyways, might as well hold on to the ball.
Well, you know a coach said that, right?
Yeah.
Not an actual player? No chance at all. Way easier said than done.
They work again from the 38 on 2nd and 10.
Here we go. Let's bring it. Let's go. Let's bring it.
Throwing again. Stafford. A throw for Galladay is going to be intercepted. Xavier Woods with a pick that his guys are going to take over at their own 48-yard line.
The good old cover 3 defense, partner. When you start playing football as a safety, that's the first thing you're taught. Middle of the field, be as deep as the deepest receiver in any zone, and break on the football when it's thrown and pick it off, just as we saw there.
On the stop, Stephon Anthony with a tackle.
I know the scouting report on him is that he doesn't possess the eye discipline to be an elite linebacker. And what that means is his ability to read, react, and make a play. But on that one, he looked like one of those guys.
A 2nd down pass play there, but it's incomplete. His big tight end, Tyler Eifert, the intended receiver. And it'll bring up 3rd down. An incomplete pass on 2nd down. It muddles things a little bit here. This is 3rd and 10.
Go. 55, come on, 55.
From the shotgun, it's Rosen. Cooper's got it. Yeah, he's going to be out of bounds, but not before he takes it inside the 40. He had the touchdown on the opening drive. Now he's got a 1st down.
Dallas.
And this should be the final play before the quarter ends. These two teams all tied after one. Started the 2nd quarter, and it's the Cowboys in possession as they've got it with a 1st and 10.
Me and you all day. All day. I'm coming after you. I'm coming after you. Check 31. Check 31. Shoot. Watch the shoot. No. Hard.
A 1st down carry by Elliott. And brought down, but not before they're inside the 25. 15 more there, and they're on a roll. It's another 1st down. For Zeke, what a first 3 years he's had in the NFL. Last year, his 2nd rushing title, 1,434 yards. Not as many as 1,631 that he had as a rookie, but still his yards per game average was the best in the National Football League. Here's a run on 1st down that won't even get back to the line of scrimmage. He will lose a yard, 2nd and 11. You need your wide receivers as blockers. Sometimes they get a hold.
The big runs are often a result of what they do on the perimeter. In this case, got caught holding, and this one will come back.
They'll run with Elliott. That's a gain of 11. Would have been a first down if not for that penalty moments ago.
Partner, I remember a coaching friend of mine used to tell his running backs before games, make sure you run and jog with your offensive line in pregame. Get used to the ground shaking when those big behemoths start to create space for you up front. He did a pretty good job of just following those guys through there for a nice explosive run.
Switch.
On second down, it's Pollard. And they'll get this down to the 10. 12 yards there and a first down.
We don't talk about it very often, but sometimes there's a dip in intensity when you start the second half, which can manifest itself in some sloppy tackling. And how about right there? He ran right through that weak tackle attempt.
On first down, it's Elliott. And he is into the end zone for a Cowboy touchdown. Ezekiel Elliott, his 14th touchdown now on the year. And the Cowboys have taken the lead. Extra point by Marr, up and good. And that makes the score 14-7. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. That's fielded in the end zone. And the decision to bring it out is going to cost him about 7 yards all told as he's taken down back shy of the 20. The offense back out there at the line, ready for their next drive. That 7-0 lead of theirs short-lived as they've now given up 2 straight touchdowns to fall behind by 7.
Yeah, but no cause for discouragement here. Yeah, they've fallen behind, but haven't they proven that they can go down and score? So what was the formula to get them down there the first time? Get back to something close to that, and maybe they can get this game tied up.
It'll be a gain of 10 to start the drive out, and by a few inches, that'll be a first down.
It's going to be a long day. It's going to be a long day. 22. 10. Hey, check 24. Check 24.
They'll run on first down. It's Hunt, a pickup of about 3 yards as he's taken down at the 31.
What's the old expression, 3 yards in a cloud of dust? In this case, it's dust-covered pellets. It's no longer that old grass that we used to play on, right, and chew it up. Now we've got that artificial surface. You see the pellets go up. Still a nice play by the defense.
11. Hey, Foxtrot.
From the 31, Stafford. And his throw's going to be incomplete. Fair to say, hasn't been his best game throwing the football, but also not getting a lot of help out there either.
Yeah, you nailed it pretty well, you know. He's got to throw it better. Got to get more help. Obviously one that should have been caught. They've got to find a way to bring those two elements together so they can make some progress in this one.
They head to the line facing a 3rd and 7 following the incompletion on second down.
50. Hey, easy. Get your swerve on.
From the gun, here's Stafford. And a big loss here as he's taken down. The sack by Robert Quinn.
2 sacks last week, another one right here. He's been unblockable lately, and I think that goes all the way back to not just his offseason, but the film study he's been doing during the week, because I think he's found matchups that he likes, and he's capitalizing.
And a few times he's even defeated double teams. He doesn't care at this point. An excellent return that time, 26 yards. And the Cowboys will take over the football with a 1st and 10. The offense now at the line, ready for their next drive. And it's only November, but the playoffs, we know how it works. They'll be here before you know it. If it ended today, they would be the number 1 seed.
And that's a great spot to be in, but I love the phrase, if it ended today. And I'll guarantee you, that's what they've discussed in their locker room, in their meeting rooms. Yeah, we know where we'd be if it ended today, but we also know it's not ending today.
Right.
So they've got to continue to play the type of ball that put them in the spot where they're number 1 in their conference.
So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. They keep on the ground with Elliott. And they will only muster a yard here to the 38.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
On 2nd and 9, Rosen. Going right side, he has Witten. And he gets us down inside the 35 before going out of bounds.
It's a gain of 4, and it's 3rd down.
Focus, defense, focus.
From the gun on 3rd down, it's Rosen. And that will be incomplete. Well, they weren't scared to let it fly, but it falls to the ground and brings up 4th down. They're going for a receiver there. Already has 1 touchdown in this first half. A second one not to be.
I like where their headspace is, though. I mean, I really like the thought process, right? You got a guy who's already scored one, right? You want to go back to him, continue the hot hand, and make them adjust to you defensively. I like what they were trying to get done, even though they weren't successful.
That's fielded in the end zone. And not a particularly good return here as they'll be forced to start at the 12-yard line.
Well, conventional football 101, tells us if you don't get it back to the 20-yard line on a kickoff return, that's a disappointment. But some of these special teams coaches, with approval by the head coach, they give them full authority to go ahead and bring it out and try to be aggressive, almost what we call the green light, red light theory. Green light means go, red light means stop. Looks like he had green on that play.
They'll start with Hunt on the ground, and he'll get this one up to about his 14. Leighton Vander Esch, 3rd in the NFL in tackles as a rookie last year, there on the stop. And we've hit the 2-minute mark in this first half of action. And we'll remind you that coming up at halftime, we'll join Jonathan Coachman and the gang in Orlando. Coach will have stats and scores from the early games going on here around the NFL. Oh, this is taken in. It's complete. A gain of 28 yards there and give them a first down.
It's a gain of 28 yards. And the Lions first down.
Stafford now 6 of 10 in this first half. He's got his guys a first down here. To throw is Stafford. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. DeMarcus Lawrence racking up sack number 12 for him on the year. Now the Cowboys going to burn the first of their timeouts as they'll talk things over prior to this upcoming second down play. And they need to work to at least get some of this yardage back after the sack. 2nd and 19. Now Stafford. And his throw is incomplete. He was trying to find Marvin Jones that time. And that'll make it 3rd down.
This defense has been very disruptive early on as they force another one to go awry.
Seems to be the front and the back end. Pass rush, they've been able to get home. And they're taking the ball away in coverage as well.
I love how you put it together. The front and back working in sync. Only way to play good defense.
Now a 3rd down throw, but it misses the target. Incomplete.
They went with the dime look that time on defense. Just flooded the field with defensive backs. Blanketed everyone. Took away all the passing angles. Thus, the incompletion.
Taken in at the 11. We'll call that a punt of 54 yards. Well struck. And out will come the offense as they take over. About set for this next drive by the Cowboys offense. It was still more than a minute to go in the half. Time to try to mount a drive.
And I would think that they would have to. This is today's NFL. You got to push it whenever you get an opportunity. You can never have enough points with the high-powered offenses that you face. And analytics will tell you, try and score when given the opportunity.
A fight for the football, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Quandre Diggs. And they are going to set up shop at the 32-yard line.
So first thing that crossed my mind is why didn't they just sit on the lead and take it to the locker room? They're in good shape.
Absolutely. And from this spot on the field, now you've given the other side a chance for points here going into intermission.
Yeah, you changed the momentum of the game, and it's something you did not need to do.
After the interception, here's Stafford. And he's taken to the ground, but he was pulled down by the face mask. Here come the flags. And I believe this is going to be a first down. And now it's 1st and 10. A big mistake, especially when you factor in the personal foul yardage. Back to throw. Stafford. Rush coming, and he's taken down.
The amount of sacks that they've absorbed in this game is absolutely extraordinary. Let's just face it. This offensive line, flat out, cannot handle this pass rush. It's been demonstrated time and time again.
Sacks, a growing theme in this first half. This is 2nd and long. Throwing is Stafford. And that is incomplete. He couldn't hold on through the contact. Brings up 2nd down. The turnover put him in great field position. They don't want to squander it with 3rd down coming up.
No, not at all. And you know what else you do? You make your defense mad.
Yeah.
They got you the football, gave you a great opportunity. You got to cash in and get some points.
The chance of wasting this great starting field position, a real threat. This is 3rd and long.
Hey, check one. Watching your car. It's a party now.
A shotgun snap for Stafford. And that will be incomplete.
Certainly looked like they were getting ready to convert there on 3rd down, but what an effort to get his hand on that one, knock it away, and brings up a 4th down decision.
So on 4th down, the Lions turn it over to Matt Prater for the field goal try. This one from 48 yards away. And this one looks good. It is good. Right down the pipe. And they're back within a touchdown. It's 17-10. So the 3 points here, they're still down, but they put somewhat of a dent into that lead going into the break.
Anything helps when you're trying to chip away at a lead, but they do know that they're going to need a little bit better effort in the second half.
That'll be taken in the end zone. And he'll bring it back to just about the 25, call it the 24-yard line. The offense back out there at the line, ready for their next drive. Time here for likely a couple plays if they want it, but with the field position what it is, maybe better suited to just sit on this one?
I'm with you totally. I would sit on it and get into the locker room and start over. But if they do decide to try and make a play, we know what the basics are. You run draw, you run screen. I would maybe run a little swing pass and try and get my lineman out in space and see if they can chop a hole into the secondary and see if he can run a little bit.
Now a play fake here on 1st down. A battle for it, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Quandre Diggs. And his guys have got it back at the closing stages of the first half.
The Lions take over 1st and 10 at their own 37-yard line.
Trying to get one more in here before the quarter breaks.
Watch 54. It's our field. It's our field. Hey, it's our house. Whip. Watch the whip.
Now whistles and a timeout with 3 seconds left in the first half. And this will probably be the last play of the quarter.
Oh, here we go. Oh. And middle. Hey. 54. Right, 54. They gonna need some therapy after this. Right there. 54. Right there.
The final shot before the break. Stafford. He's going to... A throw for Galladay is going to be intercepted. Picked off by Jeff Heath. And to the 40-yard line, that's where the return stops. So we have reached halftime with a touchdown. That's the difference on the scoreboard. As we'll head down to Orlando, that's where we find our man Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach, the Cowboys will get the football first here, and they have the lead as well as we are underway in quarter 3. That's fielded in the end zone. And the decision to bring it out, a good one, as he's up a yard or two shy of the 30. Around the NFL, second quarter down in Tampa. And the Bucs are out to an early lead. That one tight to this point, and you'd have to imagine it'll stay tight throughout. The offense now at the line, ready for their next drive. We have not seen much on offense from either side. These last few drives, it has been a struggle, hasn't it?
Totally, and you're thinking to yourself right now, if you're on offense trying to get things figured out, okay, we self-scout every week in our game plan. How many things do we do at certain times? What are our tendencies? Time to go to some of those tendency breakers and try and create some offense.
They always have those in their back pocket, don't they?
You have to, and if you don't keep abreast of what you're doing, you lock into a rhythm and make it easy for the opposition.
Looking for tendency breakers right now. A running play here on first down is going to go nowhere as he is tackled behind the line of scrimmage. They'll wind up losing 3 yards here, and that'll make this a 2nd and 13. Now it's Rosen. That's into the hands of Gallup over the middle. And to the 42-yard line here and brought down there. The reception good for 7. It's 3rd down. On 3rd down, Rosen. And he's going to be intercepted a 3rd time. Darius Slay with a pick. And now off to the races, down the right side. And he will score. Touchdown, Lions. Well, we know this defense has athleticism. Spots like that prove us right.
I love the way that you spotlighted the athleticism because you and I both know the best athletes on the field, they play on defense.
Oh, I don't know. I was a kicker. You got to remember that now.
Come on.
Fine. That'll be taken in the end zone. And he'll get it up past the 20 to the 22-yard line. About set for this next drive by the Cowboys offense. They'll start the drive with Elliott. Tackle made by the 3rd-round pick out of Louisiana, Tracy Walker.
When we see those runs to the perimeter, when we see those runs to the edge, we think about big breakers, don't we? In this case, it was a modest gain, but it does open up possibilities here on 2nd down.
He'll have a 1st down past the 40. And he takes it all the way up to the 47. 22 yards there, a 1st down.
This is one of those plays that has an equal chance of either being a big gain or a big loss. But with the college influence, we're seeing more of these plays come into the NFL.
Hey, come on out here. Come get some. Come get some. Come on here. Come get some. He don't want it.
On 1st down, it's Elliott, and he'll be brought down right at midfield after a gain of only a couple.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
The last run good for 2. Here's 2nd and 8.
Let's go.
From midfield now, here's Rosen. Over the middle, Amari Cooper. It's complete. And it's going to be another first down as they'll get him to the ground at the Lions' 34-yard line.
It's a gain of 17.
I think it all came together there. In-breaking route, drove it with excellent pace. Money throw right there to move the sticks.
From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10. Now Rosen looking to throw. Brought in here by Tyler Eifert. And he'll be brought down at the 27-yard line. A gain of 6 there on 1st.
Now that's staying ahead of the chains. Really good pickup on 1st down, hitting the tight end there. Now it brings up a 2nd and manageable.
Just found a hole in that zone. Now back to the ground with Elliott. And inside the 20 before he's brought down. It's a first down on a gain of 10. A tough run by Ezekiel Elliott, the 4th overall pick in the 2016 draft.
If you watch tape of him in college, you saw plenty of those runs because I know the highlights showed him in the open field breaking away from people, but that's how he wore down defenses, those exact type of runs.
Now this will leave him a yard short. Nice pickup of 9 yards on 1st down.
Despite the blitz, they're still able to pick up a nice solid gain. The disadvantage of blitzing often alters the normal spacing and run fits and leaves creases like they were able to exploit right there.
On 2nd down now, Pollard. And he's going to be brought down just shy of the 5 at the 6.
Let's go, baby.
Now that's the way to do it. Hand it to someone with vision and good footwork and add in a little bit of power, and you find a way to pick up first downs.
Tight dog, tight dog, tight dog. 55, mark, 55.
Now Elliott. And he'll take it into the end zone for a Cowboy touchdown. Ezekiel Elliott with touchdown number 15 of the year and 2nd of the game as his guys are able to regain the lead. Extra point by Marr, up and good. And the decision to just kick the extra point winds up successful. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. That's fielded in the end zone. And all that work, but he stopped where he ultimately would have been, and he's simply taken a knee, and that's the 25-yard line. The Detroit offense ready to begin their drive. And here we are almost through 3 quarters of play, and this passing game still has not really found any kind of rhythm.
Put it mildly, because they're not even over 100 yards yet. And in today's NFL, where it's a pass-first league.
Blitz coming, and down he goes. DeMarcus Lawrence, he's the culprit, and that is now his 13th sack of the season as his great year continues. Got to assume this defense will be charging again here. It's 2nd and 15.
Hey, easy. Here we go.
Stafford now to throw. He's going to air one out. That's going to be knocked away and incomplete. He was trying to get it to Jermaine Kearse, and now it's 3rd down.
This defense is continuing to contest every deep ball that is thrown downfield. And look, it doesn't matter whether you're playing man or zone. Eventually that becomes man on man, and you've got to trust yourself and go up at that moment of truth and make a play on the football.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down.
Out of time. Let's get off the field. Check 52. Check 13. Check 13.
Now with the play clock about to expire, we get a whistle and a timeout. It's just their first, so 2 remaining as they burn one here in this 3rd quarter.
Set. Mike, 55. Right there in the middle, 55. Target, 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 target.
3rd and long. It's Stafford. And he's going to be intercepted a 3rd time. Chidobe Awuzie with a pick. And he will score. Touchdown, Cowboys. I don't know who all is to blame there, but I love seeing pick sixes.
Nothing like seeing someone pluck it out of the air and go the other way and see people try to change directions. Hard to do.
Extra point by Marr, up and good. And the decision to just kick the extra point winds up successful. So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick six. And now the kick is away. That's fielded in the end zone. And he'll wind up about 4 yards shy of where he would have been if he had taken a knee, as they'll start at the 21-yard line.
At their own 21-yard line.
The Lions offense ready to kick off their next drive. And they just had that pick six. I guess the only positive maybe of them returning that for a touchdown. This offense right back out onto the field to try to make up for it.
I like that because now it doesn't give him a chance to go to the bench and really settle.
And got his man complete. It'll go as an impressive 31-yard gain. Obviously, they're not where they want to be right now on the scoreboard. Big plays like that, though, that'll trend them in the right direction.
Yeah, a few more like that, they'll be right back in the game. And if they can continue to do that, maybe they'll inspire their defense as well and get a few stops.
Now here's a throw right side, taken in by his tight end. That's over 40 yards of movement with those last 2 plays.
10 yards on the pickup. It's 2nd and inches at the 39.
They still need about the length of the football here, maybe a little less as they come up on 2nd and inches. Back now at Ford Field. It's the Lions trailing, but with possession of the football as we get set to bring you the 4th quarter. If you're thinking of a comeback here, you go to 2016. That's when Stafford had an NFL record. And he will go down. A Cowboys sack. DeMarcus Lawrence in there to get him. Sack number 14 for him on the year.
I remember throughout my career here, defensive coaches always say, guys, you got to earn the right to rush the passer. Well, they put themselves in a great spot with this big lead, and they know they've got to throw the ball.
These pass rushers have to be salivating. It is pin your ears back time indeed.
Hey, 22! 55! Right there in the middle, 55! Greystone, travel. You think you won't get this?
Throwing on 3rd down, Stafford. And the throw there going to be incomplete.
You hear the calls for a penalty, but I just don't think so. I think in this situation, the defender was making sure his guy couldn't hold on to the football. So I don't see anything that warranted a flag.
No, I'm with you. There was contact, but I'm happy they kept that flag in the back pocket. All right, they're going to try and keep hope alive here on 4th down. They're going for it.
21!
Here we go on 4th. Stafford. And that is incomplete. Andy Reid went for it, but it won't pan out. And the Cowboys' defense is going to get him the football back. The offense back out there at the line, ready for their next drive. Well, there are 2 scores on the plus side. Still time here in this 4th quarter, but maybe you start thinking about playing keep away?
Yeah, I think here's the situation. You're not thinking touchdowns anymore. You're just thinking first downs. To keep up with your theme there, playing keep away, first downs, they can't touch the ball.
Credit him with a 1-yard gain there to make it 2nd and 9. Here's 2nd and 9, just a yard on that last run.
Here we go. Alert, alert. 55, come on, guys, 55. You must be here.
To throw is Rosen. Throw right side, taken in by Gallup. 11 yards there, 1st down.
Another nice pickup through the air, and I think a lot of people might expect them to run the ball in this situation, Brandon, but with this lead, they're electing to throw the football. Swings, slants, quick outs, things that they consider safe.
Throwing on first down, but this one winds up to be incomplete.
It's easy to see when we review this that the ball needs to come out quicker, because if you don't throw it right on the break, you bring a crowd of people into the equation.
And that's why it got knocked away there. They go back to Elliott. He's been busy. He's got the first down here inside the 30. Ezekiel Elliott going to take it the distance. Touchdown, Cowboys. Ezekiel Elliott, 41 yards. And the Cowboys, they push out in front further. Extra point by Marr, up and good. And the decision to just kick the extra point winds up successful. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. That'll be taken in the end zone. And he'll probably wish he'd reconsidered here. It will cost him 10 yards as he's down at the 15.
In this position, trying to get back into the game, teams are looking for a spark from their special teams. That's not what they got, though. They got a setback, and they have a long field to cover if they want to try and put points on the board.
The offense now at the line, ready for their next drive. And last time out, went for it on fourth down, turned it over, gave them great field position, turned it to 6 points, so they've got to recover here, Charles.
It's amazing what one decision can do in the chain of events, right?
And nothing but daylight ahead. The 40, the 30, 10. And he takes this one in for a Lions touchdown. Kenny Golladay. 85 yards. And the Lions are able to cut into this lead. And correct me if I'm wrong, that was just a simple fly route, wasn't it?
No, there's nothing to correct at all. You've got it down pat. And I just remember as a player, when I'd be in practice sessions and I'd hear 9 from the receivers, that meant fly route, go, look out. That was the 9, and he just kept going all the way into the end zone for the touchdown.
After the touchdown, out is Prater to kick. That's fielded in the end zone. And he'll take it up past the 25 to the 26-yard line.
Let's go!
About set for this next drive by the Cowboys offense. This game was really a tussle, seemed like just a moment ago, and now they've got the momentum. A couple of scores on their last pair of drives. And a 2-score lead. I think here now you go conservative, right? Run the football, work the clock.
You know, I usually agree with you, but I'm going after him right here. I want to put this bad boy away. I wouldn't be afraid to throw it. They've got all the confidence, all the momentum on their side. Go ahead and take your dagger shots and try and finish this one off.
I disagree vehemently. I say run the football, you've got the lead.
Well, let's watch it and find out who's right.
And for one of the few times here today, this run's not going to go anywhere. 2 runs in a row, but only 2 yards to show for it.
Monday. Check 37.
Out of the gun, here's Josh Rosen. And under the Lions' pressure, he's brought down. Mike Daniels with a big-time sack on third down. It's a loss of 7. Out now comes the Cowboys punter. Always a good sign when your first punt comes in the fourth quarter. Here comes Amendola. A big kick there. We'll call it 56 yards on the punt. And the Lions will take over. The Detroit offense ready to begin their drive. And last time the formula was pretty simple. 1-play drive, long pass. That maybe they just want to do that again, right?
And that's exactly how you want to draw things up. Whether it's on your grease board, right, in your playbook, 1-play drive is exactly what you want on offense. What they have to be careful of is not having a letdown. It was real easy last time. They can't expect that going forward.
And we'll see if it's that easy here. Ball on the 30 as they come up 2nd and 10.
Watch 54. Right here. Double right.
To throw again. Stafford. Looking left side, and he's got a man. That's Hunt. It'll be a gain of 6, and just like that, it's third down. They're giving those short little routes. Tackled him in bounds, too. They're just not wanting to get beat over the top.
Yeah, and if you can't really get downfield, take the short routes. But now you got to have guys who can actually break tackles and increase those gains.
From the gun on third down, Stanford. Got a man, it's Amendola. And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled. 11 yards there as they connect on the quick slant.
First and 10 at the 47-yard line.
Stay 50.
On first down, it's Stafford. And that's going to be incomplete. Too tough to hold on to that one. It's second down.
It is tough to complete passes against zone defenses. The windows that you see open, they shrink pretty rapidly. How about being able to hit a moving target against a zone before the next guy can get there and make a play on the ball?
Not easy for any quarterback, no matter the situation. And there, the defense won the battle. And this time, he's got the hook up. It's complete. 12 yards there and a first down.
One thing I can say pretty safely, that route is not called if you don't have a guy who can throw the ball and put some mustard on it. Because if you're going to lollipop it in the middle of the field, bad things usually happen. It takes a strong-arm guy who can rifle it in there, and they were able to successfully complete that one.
So the Lions in possession of the football as we welcome you back. And let's see what they've come up with offensively after having time to talk it over.
Right there, 54, right there, 54 Mike.
Stafford on first down. And this is intercepted, and that should do it. Xavier Woods with a pick, and his guys are going to take over at the 34-yard line. Both defenses have had their struggles, but they've been good enough to get them this lead, and another nice play there to help preserve the lead.
It's been a game of punch-counter-punch, hasn't it? All throughout. But this time, the big swing was taken, and it didn't land. Nice play by them on defense.
A solid run on first down. Gain of 7 leaves them with a 2nd and 3. So they come up on second down. If they can get another run like we just saw, would likely put an end to this thing. This is Elliott. And he's going to have to protect the football and take his lumps here at this stage of the game as they stop him behind the line. They'll wind up losing 4 yards on the play. And it'll be third down. They'll try to sweep with Elliott. And a powerful stiff arm. It frees him. A big pickup there, and without question, that should be more than enough to wrap this one up.
Do my eyes deceive me, or is he getting stronger as this game moves along?
Burst seems just as good here in the fourth as it was way back in the first, doesn't it?
I do believe someone put a lot of time in the offseason and continues to condition during the season in order to continue to carry the ball at this rate.
At the 26-yard line.
Mike. 180. You're trapped.
So this one will end in a victory for the Dallas Cowboys. And they were buoyed, Charles, by a big second half that put this one on ice.
So you get the sense that whatever was said at halftime obviously hit home. I think it's a little bit more than that, though. Obviously, there are words that are said, and, hey, come on, guys, we have to play better. But sometimes it's just sharpening your execution, sharpening your focus, and maybe doing the things you practiced all week without major adjustments, just doing them better. And that got it done in this one.
So for Dallas, the great run they've been on continues as they move to 9-1 now. And they'll get another road test next week as they head to New England to take on the Patriots. Meanwhile, for the Lions, they're going the wrong way as this will drop them to 3-7 now on the year. And they'll try to rebound next week on the road in Washington. So for Charles Davis and our entire crew, I'm Brandon Gaudin. Next game, guess what? Charles and I will be here again. It's the NFL on EA Sports.